And I've just been kicked. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rush Racing League Division 1. I will be back very, very shortly. I've just been kicked out of the lobby, so I will be joining back very, very soon. But welcome back. We are at round number 17 at Baku. And this is going to be a very, very good night. One more race to go, ladies and gentlemen, and it is done and dusted. Season finale, all finished. And and then we will be getting ready for F125. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to tonight. Joining me in the comms box tonight is the man in the Red Bull. It is Squash Josh. Good evening.
Good evening, SJ. Thank you for having me on again for this exciting race. Keen to see how this one plays out as this championship battle heats up as we head into the last couple of rounds for our Division 1 boys.
Yeah, well, I've got to just say thanks for keeping me company, mate.
Happy to be here.
No, awesome. All right, well, as you can see on the screen, we are going to go over to the big showdown, and this is what people have been looking at the moment. So 3 into 1, who will reign supreme? And just to let you know on this, some big breaking news. Now, the person in P2, Alpha Gully, as you can probably see, and we'll see in a second, is not here tonight. So Chandler's is on 232 points, and Jono is on 193. So this is how it works. If Chandler's DNFs and Jono finishes in the top 5, it will go to the final race of the season. If Chandler's wins tonight, then he wins the championship. Jono cannot catch him in next week's race. I think that's correct. I think it's 39-point gap between Jono and Chandler's. So it is all on the Alpine driver tonight, Josh.
Absolutely, it is. He's got to be feeling the pressure as we head into tonight, though. But we'll see how he manages to perform as we hit this beautiful track on the shores of the Caspian Sea.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can see here tonight, it is absolutely chucking it down. We saw this in the reserve program the other night.
It is.
I think it was Div 3, wasn't it, as well? We had a bit of rain there. The only 2 races that were raining was the reserve program and Division 3. And this is a track that you do not want to have in the rain, Josh.
No, absolutely not. If you jump onto our McLaren driver that's just on the back straight there, SJ, you'll see he's actually lost his wing. So he's run deep at turn 3 on his outlap of all things, and is about to dive into the box and get that front wing on. So obviously very slippery conditions out there. These guys are going to need to be careful. This track is slippery enough as it is in the dry, being a street circuit. It's not one of our permanent fixtures, so the grip levels are going to... we're going to see a lot of track evolution. Especially, it doesn't help in the rain where it's all been washed away. It's going to be interesting. These boys are just going to take it easy on the outlaps and hopefully get through quali.
Yeah, and also we're going to have the problem here with the pit lane. This is another bit of a drama that I don't want to bring up, but the pit lane entry here is an interesting one. You need to hug the left-hand side of the pit lane when you're coming into the pits, please. Do not go over to the right-hand side, otherwise I think the stewards will deem you a pit lane penalty. So just be careful. Oh, as Keithy decides to park the car right there. Lovely to see. But yeah, let's give you a bit of a heads up on who's on the grid tonight. Only 17, unfortunately. 3 people, unfortunately, no shows, which is a bit of a shame. But we've got Ryder reserving for the Red Bull. He's been doing it most this season. We've then got Keithy in the Kick Sauber. We've then got... I'm sorry, I'm just going up very quickly. Sorry, Lexi in the Kick Sauber, Shifty Wizzo reserving up from Division 2 in the Mercedes, Jono in the Ferrari, Ryder in the Red Bull, Keithy, then Clammy Kid in the McLaren, Illyrian reserving up from Visa Cash Up in Division 2. Then we've got Pro Archer on the softs, which is interesting. I do not think you'd want to be on those tyres. He is obviously his first ever debut in the league as well tonight, so good luck to him. He is in the Aston. G-Force Nick in the Haas. XD Lamb reserving for Williams and reserving up from Division 2. Yuki Bear reserving up from Division 2 tonight from Mercedes as well. OVR Flip, a new driver in the league, so all the best. Good luck. Welcome to Rush. HRT Martin reserving for Visa Cash App. Ainas Raiden reserving for Alpine. Niall Giro looks like he's out of this race. In the
his wheels DC'd mid-corner. So he's just said in our Discord that his wheel is DC'd in mid-corner, so not a great way to start the weekend for him.
God, it's so frustrating. Sammy back in the Ferrari. He is back. He has lost his front light plate there. He's gone straight into the wall there. So a lot of these drivers having problems. And then Chalmers in the Alpine. The man, the myth, the legend, you would say at the moment. He is the one leading this championship by 39 points. And let's talk a little bit about this man. He's on lap at the moment, Josh, but the pressure is on him tonight. If he wins this race, he wins the championship, depending on where Jono finishes. There's a 39-point gap between him and Jono, so it is all on him, isn't it, tonight?
Absolutely. He's got a lot on his shoulders tonight. Div 1 championship. It's the crown jewel here at Rush. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he goes. We'll see how his race pans out. He's got to keep his nose clean, stay out of incidences, but keep the pace up. And on a track where we've already had two DNFs, I might add, Keithy has just binned it. On a track that's very unforgiving, the walls are close. There's not a lot of room for mistakes. It'll be interesting to see how Chandler's goes throughout the rest of this week.
Yes, definitely. This is a track which is extremely difficult. It doesn't look like it's coming down that much in the rain, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see the times. Remember, these guys will just have to set a time. It'll be the top two that will go out. So at the moment, that is Raiden and Chandler's that both go out. But what's his time going to be down the line? Does a 150.708, puts himself up into P2. Jono taking P1. John is taking P2 and Shifty taking P3. Now, what a battle, if it finishes like this, going into Q3, what a battle it will be between Jono and Chandler's if they're in the top three.
Oh, absolutely. It could get very spicy. So, yeah, very excited to see how this one sort of plays out.
Yes, definitely. Is my game...
I'm just having a quick look, just to make sure.
Why would you say is my game bugged? Like, let me know. Like, I'm just trying to find out what's wrong. Right, okay. All the way down the bottom, we've then got Rider Bomb in that P8 position, Clammy, and then we've got Pro Ultra, we've got G-Force Nick, we've got Lamb, we've got Yuki, and we've got Flip, all to set times at the moment. Butcher, welcome, mate. How you going? Hope you're having a good evening. It says I'm in the pits when I'm on. Okay. No. I don't know. On Josh's screen. Is Yuki on track on your screen?
No, he's in the box.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Me and Josh both got the same footage. Yuki is in the pits. Lamb is on track. Aiden is in the pits. Jono's on track. Flip's on track. Lyrian, Chandler's, Shifty, Lexi's in the pits. Sammy's in the pits. So yeah, are you seeing the same as me? Just want to double check.
Yeah, no, it does. It says Yuki has set a lap and then he's boxed. So, but SJ, the rain has actually stopped here. Just on that. So maybe these boys are waiting to see if the session's going to dry up. So they can jump on those rapid slicks. But yeah, no, Yuki has set a lap on my screen. We've got the top 9 drivers with laps set. We've got Ryder in the box. We've got Clammy coming around into Sector 3 now, partway through Sector 2. So, yeah, it's all looking pretty good on my end.
Well, there you go. So we should be all good, guys. All right. Well, I'm hearing here that it is dry, but the question is going to be...
Yuki, you're in 9th, mate, on my screen. 152.475.
No, he's 14th.
Sorry to cut you off there, SJ.
All right. You're fine. No problem. Yeah, Well, we'll keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye out at the moment. We've got 7 minutes to go. It is drying up. The guys are still on inters. The question is going to be, though, is the first Q1 session just going to be on the inters and then going into the second session? And then it could be softs. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be the interesting one because
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's still going to be damp, isn't it? Still going to be a little bit damp out there. And you don't want to go on the softs and then you end up losing it.
Brings back terrible memories of Q2 and Q3 last week at Japan for us for in Div 3. A dry Q1 to wet, and then from there it just became more and more tricky. But SJ, we'll just say actually it does look like your game potentially has bugged on stream because it's got Yuki in 14th, where he's in where is he? 11th on mine with a lap set. So I'm not sure what's going on there, mate.
All right, I'll leave and I'll join back.
Looks like it. Yep. All right. Give me a moment, and I'll get you an invite. There you go, mate. That's coming through for you.
Let's see what happens. Otherwise, I'm going to have to close it down and start all again, guys. We might lose the stream, unfortunately, but we'll see how we go. I'm now jumping back in to see what happens. Fingers crossed, everything is all sorted.
RG, Keithy had a moment with the wall at our one of the final left-handers just before he hit Sector 3, the final left-hander before Sector 3. Very unfortunate there for him. But, yeah, not so goated in this quali session, unfortunately, but no doubt he'll move forward once the race gets underway. He can keep his nose clean and out of trouble.
I'm back.
For those of us in Div 2 through 6, we have done our race here, mate, and that turn 2 on lap 1 is always a little bit hairy. So we'll see how that goes. And SJ, it looks like you are back, and it looks like the game has fixed itself for you. So
yay!
That's good news.
It does work. It's only
we love EA when
in.
it works.
It's 17 weeks in, and the game actually now finally bloody works. Look at that. Look. Well, all right, I'm back, and we got a few people on into.
So on my screen, it has just told me that GeForce Nick has set a purple sector 1. So we'll see. He is still on the inters. I swear there was less than 5 centimeters there between him and that castle wall. That was impressively. He's invalidated. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm definitely on it's definitely working now. As I can see,
excellent.
He's invalidated. Right a bomb on those intermediates as well. So a few of these guys deciding to stay on those intermediates as well, and a few of these guys deciding to go onto the soft. So we are going to see probably the track damp in some areas, and it may not be the best opportunity for the softs. But we'll have to wait and see by the times, because we've got a 1:48 set by Chalmers in pole position on the inters, and we've also not got anyone apart from Pro Ultra setting a time on the softs, which I'm just jump on board with him now. He has got a purple, but he would do because he is setting a time. Let's have a look. No damage to that car, but it looks like he is really struggling. Yeah, it is definitely not softs yet. He's come out of that exit there and really lost the corner. Nearly goes into the wall, through castle. Not softs quite yet, I don't think. I think we're going to be looking at softs maybe in Q2, Josh.
Yeah, hopefully. Like as much as I am very much pro rain because it does separate the skill level significantly, but it's always exciting to see the pace of these Div 1 boys on the dry tyres, especially on a track like this where there's so many corners and there's so many opportunities to make small mistakes. You do see a significant difference once they jump onto these dry tyres in comparison to the other divisions.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. And we're seeing Pro Ultra really, really struggle there. And he'll probably just want to set a time. Oh, he nearly goes into the pits. He'll set a time. And that will put him through anyway, going into Q1. So at the moment, everyone can retire and they will all go through. Keithy and Niall will be going out of Q1, unfortunately, which is such a shame to see. Can I race Division 4 tomorrow, SJ? No, you can only go up, not down, mate, unfortunately. So, yeah, unfortunate. Unless you are in Division 4, we'll have to have a look. If you've got the roles as a Division 4 reserve, then yeah, sure you can. But if you don't, then no, it'll be Division 3 and Division 2. As we are starting to see everyone retire, Josh, it looks like we are going to see two. Hopefully,
Then yes, you can, RJ.
he is
He's
different,
got,
isn't
look,
he?
sorry to cut you off again. Yeah, he's Div 3-4 reserve.
All
So
good. Yep. So you
yeah, if there's a seat and the TP wants to pick you up, mate, absolutely happy to have you on board. Just no retiring on track this week.
Yes, please. Please don't. Please read the rules. Thank you. All right. We're only going to have two.
Keithy had a meeting with the wall there with. Decided that he'd had enough of Q1 and his kick car as Pro Ultra very nearly put it in the wall. Soft tyres, so did well to keep that out. And that was Max Verstappen-esque at Brazil there. I think he needs a new pair of underwear.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're really, really. Oh, he's nearly done it again. Do not DNF. You don't want to DNF. Everyone's deciding to retire. Ryder going pole position there with a 1:48. Everyone is starting to struggle. Starting to struggle on the intermediates. They're going to the wall. Oh, everyone is so close to that wall. But everyone can retire. We're going to go into the pits now because Keithy and Niall are going to be the only two that are out going into Q2, which is unfortunate. So we're going to see everyone else down from P1 to P15 going into Q2 as we do, I think, have our first interview of the night, Josh, and I'll let you take it away, and it's Keithy.
Yeah, thank you for joining us there, Keithy. Mate, what happened? I know you've got pace, but obviously the track was very slippery. Just talk us through what's led to your very unfortunate DNF.
Nothing, just an incident.
Just an incident?
Yes.
Just an incident? Yeah.
I basically just did an I am stupid into the wall.
Yeah, it's so easy around here, even more so in the rain. So really unfortunate to see you go out there, mate.
Yeah.
Does that change?
I was begging for rain too. I got rain.
Yeah. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. But I guess now you can get back, go and take a bit of a break, and focus up for the race. Have you got a bit of a race plan now that you're at the back of the grid?
Nail's pretty fast. I'll just follow him.
Yeah, look, not a bad plan. Hopefully we can get Niall back in. He's having some wheel issues, so hoping that he can get back into the lobby and get underway.
Yeah. But I did a Leclerc, so you really didn't know.
Yeah, so it was into the final left-hander before Sector 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that corner's tricky enough in the dry, let alone the rain. So
I was adjusting my brake bias and looking down, and when I looked up, I'd already overshot my braking marker.
Yeah, at that point you're a passenger, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, a really unfortunate incident there, mate. But I guess that just opens the door up for some good overtakes later on.
I mean, I let Lexi get into Q2 for once.
Hey, look, I'm sure he's not complaining. So, yeah, maybe you'll have to play the team game and get you back in. And yeah, welcome, Niall.
Yeah, we did the same thing, Niall. We both binned it.
But my bin wasn't a driver bin. That was my wheel. I decided.
I had a skill issue. You had a wheel issue.
Yes. How is the fixing of the wheel going, Niall?
I mean, so far it's looking decent, but just waiting to see if it's going to do it again.
Yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't. So did it just disconnect and send you straight?
Yeah, the base of the wheel just turned off itself.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm asking what wheel you're running at the moment.
I'm running a Fanatec CSL-DD base.
Same.
So
yeah, okay. Yeah, normally they're pretty good. So yeah, odd to be having those kind of incidences with the wheel there. But fingers crossed you can get it all sorted for the race.
it should do.
Yes, I'll hand you guys over to SJ, see if he's got any questions for you.
Yeah, Keithy, obviously strategy now from the back. It was unfortunate you did DNF because it looked like most people are going to go through. Unfortunately, just you and Niall, unfortunately, going out in this first Q1. So what's the strategy going to be going in into the race in itself. And we obviously don't know what the conditions are going to be. We've seen a bit of wet, then we've seen it dry. We've seen a lot of the guys go onto the inters, try to go onto the softs, but don't seem to have the grip. The track seems to be quite damp. So what's your strategy going into the race?
Yeah. I'm probably just going to copy Niall, but I'd probably prefer hard medium starting from the back. So what are you doing, Niall?
To be honest, I haven't determined that yet. I've barely had even time to think about quality, let alone race.
Yeah, I'll check race director before we start.
I mean, starting from a back, you'd think you'd just set either the. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably the hards, because if it's an early safety car, you can just stay out, and then there's probably going to be another one. There's an early one,
don't get damaged.
But as well, if there's not another one, you start medium, you're on the hards to the end, and you're sorted.
Exactly.
But one safety car is, that's generous. I don't know about that.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
It's going to be a bit hard to go through the field.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. This track's almost guaranteed a safety car. I don't know what our percentage is, but I think you could confidently count on at least one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it opens the strategy up for you boys, which is nice, and you just don't want that sort of safety car sort of mid-race. I mean, how many laps are we doing tonight? How many laps?
26.
26. So you either want one early or late if you're starting on the hards, but nothing in the middle because it just puts you in a bit of trouble for those mediums.
Yeah.
But as well, in the middle, that's fine, because tire wear's very low.
Yeah, around here, like, after 8 or 9 laps, your hards will still be on only like 5%.
Yeah, it's pretty. Just got to look after the rears here, from my understanding of it. But
I don't think you really need to look after anything, to be honest. I reckon you could start hards and finish hards pretty up, to be honest with you.
yeah, they are pretty durable, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, look, boys, all the best for the race. I don't know if SJ's got any more questions he wants to fire your way, but
No, that's
if not, we'll let you guys get back to focusing and fixing that wheel for us, Niles, because we'd love to see you out on track very shortly.
Yep.
awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
All right. No worries.
All right. Good luck, boys.
Bit of a joint interview.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're into Q2 now, and it looks like everyone is on the soft compounds, and we have some yellow tyres as well there. So only one person on the yellows at the moment, which is HRT Martin. But no, definitely completely different conditions from Q1, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. The track's dried up beautifully for these boys. So I think we're about to see some fairly fairly quick times. HRT Martin does love his medium strategy early doors, which I find personally a bit odd. I'd rather have that fresh set of mediums there, but the race. But if you can get through, save yourself a set of softs, an additional set of softs. On a track like this where safety cars are all but guaranteed. It might come into play handy for him. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Definitely. And I'm going to jump on board with Jono for a flying lap. So he's just about to start going into turn number 1. And let's see how he goes. He's got his nemesis and challenge in the pits at the moment. So this is all on Jono tonight. Not a pressure. I spoke to him on his podcast the other night, and he's feeling confident here. So let's see how he goes. So he's done turn 1, turn 2. Now coming up to the second part of the DRS zone. Very nicely there, keeping it very, very close to the wall, but not too close. Getting onto the curb, you really have to manage your ERS on this track. It is a hard one. You can burn it, or you can really save it going through some of these corners and then use all of your ERS on that last sector in sector 3. Now coming into this corner here, very, very, you've got to be very be careful of the brakes because it does get a little bit slippery. Oh, it looks like he got into the wall, but that's not. It's a little bit of a glitch. I thought he just went into the wall. Unfortunately, that's not the case. He's gone through Castle. It's looking good. He's got a little bit of traffic in front. He's got a McLaren in front, so he might get a little bit of a tow. Let's have a look. Coming into the last couple of corners now before he goes into sector 3. This is looking pretty good so far. Very smooth, but early days. Only 11 minutes into quali, and he is the first person that we are on board at the moment, setting a time. Very nice, very smooth through the doubles. S's, well, you can call him something else, going into the last corners, down the main straight, using around about 24%. Do not run out of ERS. You do not want to run out of ERS going to the line. He's timed it well. He has lost a little bit. Does a 139.9, but does get overtaken there by OVR Flip with a 139.7. Not a bad lap from Jono, but pressure's on Chandler's now. Josh.
Yeah, Philip had a dirty big toe there from Pro Ultra, so that explains the lap time gap there to an extent between Philip and Jono. So we'll see how he stacks up, but still a fairly competitive time. We're driving on a green track. We've just had that rain. It's washed any rubber out, so the track's very, very green for these boys. There's not a lot of grip laid out just yet, so yeah, we'll see this track evolution ramp up and these times drop.
Yeah, 39 looks like the time to beat at the moment as we're just about to jump on board. The next one of HRT Money is on the mediums, 143, so nearly 3 seconds off. Nearly 4 seconds off pole. That is a big chunk of time there he's going to have to find, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Who else have we coming down the main straight? We've got a Mercedes, or about to see someone. No, we're about to see Shifty is about to start his lap. He's in sector 1 there. We've got the other Mercedes coming through as well, and Yuki. Who have we got finishing up on a time? Riderbomb does a 139.092. So, wow, some serious pace there from the Red Bull driver. 7/10 quicker than the McLaren driver Flip.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a stellar lap there from Ryder. So he's looking rapid. He's looked rapid most of the season when he's been here. So yeah, curious to see what he can do. I remember a couple of weeks back in Mexico, he and Noah were right up the front and got tangled up in an unfortunate incident. But he's making a name for himself here in Div 1. It's the back half of this season, Ryder is. So hopefully keen to stay on with us next season as we start looking towards our season. What is it, 8 or 9? SJ, I can't quite remember.
Going into season 9.
9, yeah. There you go. So
here we go. So we do. Just saw a few comments coming in. There we go. So yeah, all good. No worries. Right. Well, we've got 8 guys setting a time. I'm waiting on the championship leader to get out, and so we can jump on board with, and Josh can take away a lap with him. Lixie at the moment in that sector 1 position, but we do have a few guys coming down the main straight, and it's Shifty Wizard coming down the final straight. He goes up to P2. A very impressive time there from the 2 Mercedes of 139.3 for Shifty and a 139.4 for Yuki, and it doesn't look like we've seen no toe between them. So interesting to see there. They've got similar pace here at Baku, which is good to see. We've got no one else at the moment coming down the main straight. It looks like we're going to see Sammy. Sammy's going to be the next person, but look who he's got behind him. And I don't know if these guys are on laps at the moment, but there's going to be massive toes here. I'm just trying to see who that is behind, and I think that is Clammy. So Clammy is going to get an extremely big toe off the back of Sammy, as we're just about to see how Sammy goes on his lap. Coming down the main straight, 139 is the time to beat at the moment. I think we are going to get into the 38s, but don't know when. That's going to be the question. Sammy going into
jeez, it's going to be very close.
And yeah, like you just said.
There's been contact. There's been contact between Aiden and Clammy.
Ooh,
Thankfully, nobody's out, but yeah, big moment there between the McLaren and Aiden. I'm not sure who was at fault there, but yeah, geez, looks like no damage. We haven't lost any drivers, so that's good news.
I'll put it in. All right, Josh, all over to you. On board the man that is leading this championship. Take it away with Chance.
Right. Okay, so he's just on his out lap here, coming up to the line, start his first flying lap. We saw him in a respectable time on the inters in Q1, so yep, here we go. Now, the big thing here, SJ, is that he's actually not got anyone around him. So he's got clean air, but we do know just how powerful that toe is as we head into Sector 1 here. Looks nice and clean. He's burned a lot of battery on that bit straight there. But we'll see how he recovers it, because we know that he's going to need a lot of hot lap, or a lot of overtake in that final sector to bring his lap time up to where he wants it to be. So hoping here that the car in front of him gets out of the way. Don't need any impeding. Looks like one of the racing bulls, as Chandler's actually just set a purple sector 1, so he's looking rapid. Racing bull gets out of the way nicely, thank you. Into the tricky section, that right-hander before the castle, very slippery braking zone, into the castle, clean as you like. Nowhere near the walls, room to play, lap time defined. So, maybe not a conservative lap from Chandler's here, but he's definitely pushing the pace. Rounding that final corner before we head into Sector 3. Now, he's sort of gotten 50% of his battery, just needs to keep it straight, gets a good exit, sets purple Sector 2. So we are on for a pole lap here, SJ, by the looks of it, when we very well may even be into the 138. Just depends how much battery he's got and where he chooses to use it. But, yeah, comes up to the line here. What are we going to go? We are going to go, I'm going to go a 138.9 or 138.2, 7/10 faster. So well done to Chandler's. What a performance. I think he'll be very happy with that leading into Q3.
Definitely. So we could be seeing a 37, a late 37s, I think. And it'll be very interesting to see if he will work with his teammate of Aiden Israden tonight for that toe. This is a big opportunity for Chandler's tonight. And at the moment, P1 Chandler's, Jono P10. And there's a bit of a gap at the moment between Jono and Chandler's, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Jono's yet to set another lap. He's out on his outlap now. So, he's gotten the lay of the land. He did come out early where the track wouldn't have been rubbered in quite so much. And I don't know whether he had traffic on his lap or not. But I think Jono now, he's going to secure himself a place in Q3 at the very least. And yeah, hopefully then we'll be able to see these two go head to head in Q3 there, mate.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, I think this is going to be a big night for both of them. And at the moment, it is advantage. The Alpine driver showing the pace compared to everyone else actually on track tonight. A 38.2 compared to P2, a 38.9. So where has that pace come from? I have no idea. He obviously is looking very impressive here. Illyrian about to finish down the main straight, 19%. He's used too much ERS, unfortunately. It's already deployed. And he is going to go P2 with a 38.7. So we are starting to see the track really start to warm up now, as we're going to see the Haas of GeForce Nick coming down. And he is way off, so he's going to be going again. Then we have the Aston Martin of Pro Ultra, who's behind, who's actually invalidated, and is going to go into the pits. And yeah, interesting to see. You can't overtake Pro Ultra. You cannot overtake in the pit lane. So you've just been caught.
Yeah, it is only quali. There's no harm done. There's no change of positions there. But
yes,
yeah, no damage done, thankfully. So look, what have we got? We've got two drivers yet to set a lap. Now, I believe that the contact earlier that we spotted SJ was between Aiden and Clammy. And it might have been Aiden's first hot lap. So he's going to be feeling the pressure now, as actually he just comes out onto track. He's got a couple of drivers in his tow, so hopefully he'll be able to push his way up the leaderboard and jump into Q3. But yeah, it's getting spicy. We've got less, about 1.2 seconds. Oh, as AIDS has gone on at turn 3. So looks like he's actually going to jump in the toe of his teammate. So the Alpine's definitely working there together tonight, which I think Chandler's is going to need a teammate up the front with him to help him with his race strategy. So I think this is a smart play. Chandler's, I think, could almost retire on that lap time for Q2 and be comfortably through. So he's going to give Aids a nice big toe and hopefully see him into Q2 as well.
They're going to have to switch,
Q3,
though.
sorry.
Are they not going to have to switch? But Aiden, I'm just hearing here, Aiden's got a broken wing. So...
Yeah, it looks like he's just clipped it, and he doesn't have time. He does not have time to jump back into the pits, but let's just have a look. I am on board with Aiden. Yeah, he's got a broken front right end plate, so we'll see. We will see what's going to happen here.
Could be going out. Could be going out if he's not careful. Obviously, we've got two guys to set times. G-Force Nick is out. He is out of Q2, so we will be able to talk to him if he does jump in for a chat. We've also got the likes of Lexi, Lamb, and Flip, and the two McLarens in a bit of a pickle here as well, as one of them they're miles away from each other, so there's no toe there. So Flip's in a bit of damage of going out, but he's miles up on his time, so it looks like he's going to be okay. The question is Raiden going to get a good enough toe off the back of his teammate? Because Raiden is in front of Chandler's. So who's going to get the toe?
This lap from Philip SJ is, I think, going to go pole for Q2.
Yeah, I think it is.
Looking at this correctly. Yeah, wow.
9.
Wow. What a lap. Beautifully done by the McLaren driver there.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Great job there. I'm just looking at this Aiden's, Raiden, and Chandler's thing here. Aiden's in front. Chandler's is in P2. Chandler's is going through. Aiden is going out. So... how come they haven't switched here? This is something which is very interesting to see. That what's going on from Alpine, and we're gonna jump back on that very, very soon. But Lamb is coming around the corner. Clammy's coming around the corner. Martin goes down the line up into P4 behind his teammate. Impressive time there. Shifty is out of Q2. We've then got Clammy Kid, who is the other one. Is he going to be able to go through? We'll have to wait and see. But let's have a look.
Yeah, we've got our Alpine drivers on these back straight, so let's see what they're going to do. It seems very odd. Okay, here we go. Here's the switch. This is where it becomes important because they've both got DRS. As Chandler's peels into the pits.
Ryder goes out. Ryder is out of Q2. Drama here. Sammy is out.
Ryder?
And Aiden is out of Q2.
Wow.
So... a lot of drama going into Q3 as we see Aiden, G-Force Nick, Shifty, Sammy and Ryder all out. And for the first time this season, Lexi in the kick has gone through into Q3. Phenomenal
Whiff
stuff.
must be jumping out of his seat or off his beanbag there, so he's watching this one. So congratulations to Lecky, making it through. Very impressive. And what a way to start winding up for F125, making it into Q3 for the first time.
I can't believe what we're seeing. I'm looking at this qualifying and insane. Flip taking P1, Chandler's taking P2. A great night here so far for the Visa Cash Apps in Illyrian and Martin, P3 and P4. Unfortunately, Ryder, Sammy, Shifty, Aiden, and GeForce all out of Q2. And Lixie, for the first time this season, has gone through into Q3. So great job from him. Also a great job from Lamb as well, from the Division 2 driver moving up, and also Yuki Bear as well, and also Illyrian. So, and Jono does make it through. I don't see what the plan there was with the Alpines, because Chandler's needed to be in front of Aiden as Raiden, not behind. So I don't know what happened there. I think they got that all wrong, Josh.
Yeah, I think it potentially... I mean, it's hard to say because Aiden broke his wing on his outlap. Maybe a bit of communication breakdown there, mate. I'm not too sure, but they certainly didn't help themselves all that much in space, unfortunately. So, maybe we'll get a bit of insight if Aiden jumps into the comms box with us tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm just about to put in the predictions for pole position here tonight, and we'll see what people are going to say regarding this, but I do want to touch base on something which is going to be probably a big talking point for next season, which I'm just about to finish up. So just bear with me very soon. HRT Martin. Trying to type and speak at the same time. Right. There we go. So
Yeah, so us men not so good at multitasking there.
yeah, I'll ask my wife.
We've got our first couple of drivers out, so we've got half the grid out on their outlaps. So it looks like most of them will be trying to do 2 runs here, which is definitely possible. Really important to just get your eye in. And because we had a wet Q1, they'll have plenty of soft tyres. I don't think we're going to see many used runs here, mate. More likely to see 2 fresh runs, given that these guys all have that tyre allocation available to them.
Yes. It's going to be interesting to see as we do have the 2 McLarens together. So they've got a massive opportunity for the tow and the 2 Visa Cash Apps as well. Everyone else is on their own. So only 2 teams going through with 2 drivers each. But talking about the biggest thing going into next season, this is going to be a big question and a big conversation. Thoughts of full quali altogether. Do you believe it's too long? Do you believe it's too much teamwork with the tow? What's your thoughts?
I love it. I think that it gives a lot more value to a lot of strategy. How you use your tires gives you a lot of time to sort of, like, presuming that you're fast enough to make it through Q3 or Q1, sorry. You know, you've got a few bites at the cherry. You got a few chances to get through, few chances to get a set lap. Takes the pressure off, like your one-shot quali, where you've got one and done, and if you make a mistake, well, that's it. It can change the entire outcome of your race, even if it's a track that you're really good at, right? So I love the format. It doesn't add too much time, especially when we're doing our sort of 50% races. So yeah, I'm personally a big fan of it. I just think that, yeah, I'd love to see it carried over into season 9.
All right. Well, I'm going to do a big poll tonight, and I'm going to fire that poll up now, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are tuning in, please get your votes in, because I just would like to hear what the fans say and what everyone's preferences are. So I'm going to run this for quite some time. So I'm going to run this for 10 minutes, guys. So I'm going to start a poll. So feel free to jump on and get amongst it. It is qualifying, it's called. So get your votes in and let me know what you think. And 10 minutes. So it's in there at the moment. It's full quality, all short. So get your votes in. Just would like to know, gauge a bit of interest of the league. Got 30 people tuning in, so I'm hoping to see a lot of votes on this while we let these guys start. Because it doesn't look like we're going to get, unfortunately, any of these guys in for a quick chat with us, which is a bit of a shame. They're probably a little bit frustrated, but we'll talk a little bit about these guys. GeForce Nick, unfortunately, only on his own tonight, so yeah, unfortunately not to get through to Q2. Shifty Wizard just missing out there, but he obviously has got a bit of practice tonight, so that will definitely help him tomorrow, Josh, going into Division 2's race. Obviously not here, but...
Yeah, different track. Yeah, so I was just going to say, different track for Shifty tomorrow night. But, I think he's experienced and warmed up enough with the game at this point. But I'm just trying to think where we're racing tomorrow.
Silverstone!
Silverstone, 100%. Absolutely. I think the real jewel of the F1 calendar is Silverstone, personally. But, I think Shifty's Mr. Consistent. And he'll be looking forward to a long race tomorrow night. And being able to push the pace with a couple of the drivers up the front there.
He's into the castle.
Yuki has done a Leclerc. Oh no, he'll be spewing.
He will not be happy. That will not be good. Yeah, I actually caught that. on the stream, so you will see that when you watch it back. Ryder, interesting to see there on Ryder, not making it through. Looked like he had really good pace going into Q1. Looked like he had really good pace going into Q2 early, but unfortunately just getting tipped at the last minute.
Yeah, I was surprised that he wasn't able to set a faster lap or a fast enough lap to get him through. So, like I think I was saying, he hasn't been driving Red Bull consistently all season. So, maybe a little bit of lack of practice. But in the same throw of the stone, we've got some very quick drivers here in Div 1 tonight. We've got Jono, who's in a title fight. We've got Chandler's, Ovia Phillip, who's new to me, but I know you're familiar with him, who... we're just on board. I'm on board with him at the moment. He's just about to set his. No, he's peeled off into the pits, so ignore me. So he's very rapid, as we saw in Q2. Pro Ultra, also a very well known OCE driver. So yeah, we've got some rapid boys here, and maybe Ryder just set his fastest lap in his first run there in Q2.
Definitely, and then obviously Sammy, not unfortunately getting the tow with his teammate, and being a little bit back off the pace there, and getting knocked out as well. And that would have been good to see Sammy there helping, obviously Jono, but Jono and Chandler's in the same position. Both got a driver out of Q2, so a bit of an even playing field there between the two. And then Aiden as Raiden. It just didn't seem to go right for Alpine in that Q3 in that Q2. Qualifying. That's all.
Absolutely. And breaking your wing on this track is so detrimental because, especially through Sector 2 there, it's just left, right the whole way through. And you need both of those end plates to be able to be competitive here. So, really unfortunate there for Aiden, just running deep at turn 3, maybe missed his braking point on his outlap. And due to the incident earlier in Q2 with Clammy, he didn't have a banker in there. So, unfortunately, we didn't see a time from him that was competitive enough to send him through.
Interesting to see. Guys, if you're coming in, 35 people tuning in, only 4 votes to 3 for falling short. Come on, guys. Let's get amongst it. Let's get amongst that poll. We want to hear your thoughts going into Season 9. What you feel that it needs next season. We've done full qualifying all season this season with the one shot on the 100%ers and short on the sprints, but we want to see what you want to do for next season with the new game being released in the next few days. We're not going to get any of those guys in for a chat, so that is done and dusted. We are coming to the closing stages of Q3, and at the moment, Clammy Kid is taking pole position with a 38.246. Jono with a 38.3. Illyrian with a 38.4. We've still got Flip and we've still got Chandler's still to set times. What do you think we're going to see? Predictions are 77% are saying Flip is going to be pole. 11% saying Illyrian. 12% saying Chandler's. Nothing on Martin. Nothing on Lixie. Nothing on Yuki. Nothing on Lamb. Nothing on Proultra. Nothing on Jono. And nothing on Clammy. So only 3 people in this vote. Interesting to see. And Josh, 2 minutes to go. What do you think? And no, we don't need to do red flag, red flag.
Look,
Please do not put that in the chat.
Looking at this so far,
all good. Carry on.
Calling for a red flag. So at this point in time, we're still 3.5-ish tenths off what our Q2 pole time is, who still hasn't set a lap. So I think he's in with a shout. Obviously, Chandler's still yet to set a lap, leaving it for a one and done go here. We see him peel off out into the pit lane to go out for his outlap. So Martin with the provisional pole. We're into the 137s SJ. Very good lap from Martin. He'll be pretty happy with that lap. And again, even putting yourself in the top 5 here at a track like Baku can be race defining. keeping it out of the drama that often goes on in the mid pack there. So, yeah, we'll see here. We've got Yuki stuck in the pits, unfortunately, as he decided to... Excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't get to my mic in time. Yeah, so unfortunately Yuki's not going to settle time. But yeah, we've got 8 drivers, 9 drivers. If I can math, 9 drivers out on track, all about to go out in there and show us what our Div 1 boys are made of. So, yeah, curious to see how this is going to play out here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to see. And if you are tuning in, guys, we've got literally about a minute to go of Q3. And at the moment, HRT Martin is taking up pole position with 37.978. He is the quickest guy. Actually, 45 seconds to go. Flip to set a time. Chandler's to set a time. Flip has got his teammate in front. Chandler's has got the McLarens in front. He's also got a car behind as well, which is looking like Illyrian. So everyone is on an outlap. It's getting dark out there as well. It's like it's time for Betty Buyers. But no, it's not. It looks just, I don't know if it's about to start the day. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to jump on board with Chandler's here because he is the main one. Martin has retired into the pits. He's done. He thinks that 137.978 is enough. Is it enough? That's the question. We are on board with Chandler's. What's he going to do? What's it going to be, Josh? It's all on him. And we've also got Jono as well on a lap. It's between these two at the moment. Will HRT Martin be pipped off the start? Climbing Kid has stayed in P2 for the time being. Closing stages are coming up now. But
Philip has not made the line.
You're kidding.
He's not going to set a time.
Wow.
That's unless my game's bugged, but he has not set a time. No, wow.
No, Chandler's is on a time.
Wow.
This is interesting. This is really interesting. Jono's behind.
The McLarens must be fuming. And so am I, because there go my channel points.
Yeah, it looks like...
Bomber. Oh, well. That's why I don't gamble, SJ. My luck is horrendous when it comes to stuff like that. So... yeah, that'll be the last time I put channel points on a McLaren this season, I think. But I guess, look, what that does is it opens the door to Chandler's.
Big time. Big time,
I've just jumped on board with him. So as we cross our Sector 2 split, here's a 1:13.9. Jeez, that's rapid. So he's just got to keep his foot flat to the floor here, mate, as he makes his way up to the line here. He does have Illyrian in his slipstream here, so we'll see. We will see what happens.
Yeah,
DRS open.
Lamb goes pole.
Lamb with a 1:38, 1:37.
Oh, I don't know.
Jono.
Screen cut.
No, I don't know.
Jono's is 7th.
Looking like... wow. And SJ, that right there is the power of the toe here in Baku. On that back straight, you need that toe, as there is Jono in P1, 200th faster than Illyrian, closely followed by Lamb, 1/10 behind. HRT Martin in P4, Clammy Kid P5, Pro Ultra Chandler's, our championship leader, down in P8, Lecky in P8, P7 for Chandler's, Lecky in P8, and then got Yuki, who unfortunately didn't set a lap, and the other McLaren, OVR Philip, who didn't quite time his run to his final lap there all too well. So, unfortunate for him and Yuki with no lap times, but that's our top 10, SJ. Let's get into the race.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. I've just seen the difference between Jono and Illyrian. Absolutely hardly anything in it. And going into the pole as well, we've got a tie. Full quali 4, short 4. So you guys still undecided. Looks like it'll go to the server. We'll put that vote out of there again. Well, this is going to be absolutely... and I'm on the race, and I don't know why. So, yeah, that's interesting. So I'm in the race. I'm racing Div 1. Oh, my God. Here we go. So I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. Great strategy. I'll load it up anyway. Just so I don't absolutely stuff it up for people. Where am I? Please don't say I'm going to be like, you know, like It won't
You'll be in
bother me.
last place
I
there.
hope so. I hope so. I don't want to be. I don't want to be in front of anyone. All right, we've got the race starting off in 2010. I'm going to ready up in about, I don't know, 10 seconds. Just give it a bit of time. I'm driving into F1, Josh. It's happened. My dream has come true.
Jeez, what? Did I go to sleep and wake up 5 years in the future?
Yeah, I know. I never knew I was this quick, guys. Never knew. Right, have I got anyone?
Look, stranger things have happened, SJ.
Yeah.
But no, you'll be starting in last place here, mate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just remember, you're going to have to get round and do a lap. Can't retire on track. So, here we go. 5 red lights, and away we go. I'll bring up my track data here. Jono, very clean getaway into turn 1. We've got Illyrian 2. Lamb has managed to jump Martin, as it looks like we've gone through turn 1 and 2 cleanly. Haven't been able to see any damage here. Looks like everybody's still got both their end plates. I can't see any front wings, so really good to see there that these boys have been able to get away so cleanly. And SJ, you're not too far off the back just yet. So
Yeah,
turn 3, as we've got Lecky has lost an end plate. Looked like a bit of contact potentially there with one of the Red Bulls. I'm not too sure. I just saw the green end plate flying.
I know.
So
just thought I'd let you know.
yeah. Oh, there's drama. There's drama going on back here. Oh, there's looked like a bit of a concertina effect there. But big lockups from all these boys. Just remember into that turn before the castle section. It is so slippery into there. So, but no drama into the castle, as we've got Keithy essentially pushing Sammy through the castle section. We've got GeForce Nick a little bit off the back there, followed by the one and the only SJ. So,
yeah, I'm 1.5 behind, bro. I'm 1.5 behind.
Look, yeah.
I'm keeping
badly, all things considered. So, but thankfully you've been able to get around with no drama.
I've still got 99.
Mate, I'm impressed. You've even done this on the hard, so I know. Well done to you. You know, be proud of that.
I know. I'm extremely happy.
So, speaking of the hard tyres, there we do have a bit of a mix. We've got our top 9 all on the mediums. Lecky and Ray, oh no, OVR Philip has hit and quit. What has gone on there? Oh, that's really unfortunate. I don't know what's gone on, but we might be able to find that out a bit later. But yeah, into the pits, we've got 2 retirees. So all but one get points at this point in time. But back to our tyres. So we have the top 8 on mediums. We've got Aiden and Lecky on the hards, followed by Shifty, Pro Ultra, and Sammy all on the mediums. Niall, Keith, and GeForce Nick rounding out our top 16 on the hards there. So, oh, and I can hear contact. There was war contact there somewhere. Yeah, this is going to be a long race for Lecky with that front left end plate missing. Really unfortunate, but. Yeah, Philip got wing damage behind his teammate, possibly the reason for the retirement. That's so unfortunate because he looked absolutely rapid in Q2. Thankfully, his car looks like it's peeled off there at the end of turn 3, along with SJ's car. So, nice to know that they're not going to cause too much drama for the rest of these boys as they get through. So, coming back to the action, we actually have Yuki, who has just fallen out of DRS. So, now, it's really important here that Aiden can stay with him and use his DRS to jump up and reconnect that train. That'll reconnect our top 9. Lecky obviously suffering a little bit with that front left wing plate, end plate gone. But yeah, really unfortunate for him being on the hard tyres as well. He just can't afford to box. Oh, there's big contact there. Big contact between Lecky and Sammy. Lecky has not made that corner. Sammy's gone for a move around the outside and hit that little piece of wall that Hayden from our Div 2 is also so familiar with, as we have our first safety car. So, SJ, I'll throw it over to you, mate. I need a mouthful of water. That's been quite the opening 3 laps.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, guys, if you wanted to see why I was actually out on a lap. It put me in a car because I got kicked earlier on, so I do apologise that you did miss that full first lap. Shouldn't normally happen, and yeah, I'm sorry that the quality is not the best. Yeah, we've been trying to get obviously more streamers, and unfortunately there is no one out there at the moment that could help, and so yeah, we are stuck with myself. But hopefully, when things change, hopefully going into next season, things will be a bit different, and we'll have better quality of streaming. So yeah, just bear with us, and we'll try and improve our streaming capabilities. As long as there's a stream, that's the main thing. I know the quality's not the best, and I do apologise. But we do have a safety car at the moment. Jono is leading this race, lap number 3. 2 laps on them medium tyres. We then got Lamb in P2, Illyrian in P3, Chalmers in P4. He is only 3 spots away from
Lecky just tried to... Lecky just gave Niall a taste of his front wing. Mate, be careful. You've got no end plates. You're not going to be able to stop. So, look, Lecky needs to dive into the pits here. Really lucky that Niall didn't go around there because they were coming up into that last final left-hand corner before Sector 3. So, yeah, looks like Lecky's diving into the pits. Sorry to cut you off again there, SJ. Just managed to catch that on my point of view. So, drama.
Yes, definitely. As we're seeing a few stops being made here, everyone get onto the hards and we'll be able to go to the end now. And we're seeing Jono and Chalmers doing the same thing. Well, I'll just give you a little bit of a reorder shuffle as we are having a bit of a reorder. Lamb in P1, Illyrian in P2, HRT Martin in P3. So both of these are cash apps in P2 and P3. A really good start for them. Is it too early to pit? Could be. We'll have to wait and see on lap 4 out of 26 at the moment. We've got Yuki Bear on those other set of mediums as well in P4. Then we've got Hards of Aiden is Raiden in P5. He is in a Mercedes sandwich with Shifty behind and Yuki in front. Then we've got Noel Jura in that P7 on 3-lap hards. Keithy in the kick on 3-lap hards. GeForce Nick on 3-lap hards in P9. Jono on fresh hards in P10. Chandler's behind on fresh hards. We are going to see these two go at it, which is what we cannot wait to see, I've got to say. Clammy Kid in P12. He is the lone McLaren out there tonight. Rider Bomb in the Red Bull in P13. Pro Ultra in the Aston P14 on the hards as well. Lexi on the new set of mediums in P15 in the kick. And then Sammy out the points currently on the hards. And we've lost, obviously, myself and Flip earlier on, which is such a shame on his debut as well. But yeah, these are the two that we're going to be looking at. Jono and Chandler's in P10 and P11. But this race may not even go their way tonight. It could be someone completely different, like maybe a Lamb, Illyrian, or Yuki, or Aiden, or Shifty, or Niall tonight, because those guys are further up. But these guys are on fresher tyres, so they will be able to go to the end. So they are more of an advantage than the guys at the top, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, for those that have started on the hards, this has played out perfectly, just as Niall was saying when he dived into the comms box earlier with us. You know, the hards are so way over here on F124, and especially around a track like Baku, where it's not a high tyre wear track. You know, they've really only got a 3-lap advantage. But the difference being that everyone from Jono down can go to the end, except for potentially Lecky. Yeah. So wouldn't be surprised if we see Lecky dive back onto the hards. They've only got 3 laps, maybe 2 laps on them. That might be the play for him, because that'd put him right back in the running to sort of jump up the order later on. But yeah, absolutely. You know, our top 9, they're only on 4-lap old tyres, so not a huge tyre delta, but enough for anyone below them, because they don't need to do it again. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, but I'm curious to watch it as it happens.
Yeah, no, I'm the same at the moment. It's going to be a very interesting restart on the race. Wait, you have a VR Sprinter. Welcome to the chat, mate. And yeah, welcome to the stream as well. 35 people tuning in. Yeah, at the moment, Lamb leading this race. We've got lap 5 out of 26. So technically, there is 20 or 21 laps to go in this race, and anything can happen. And we've seen a safety car, unfortunately. But so far, hopefully, we're going to see some racing because this is a track we know, Josh, that does not have a good track record at Rush. But going to be interesting to see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Rush has a rough history here with Baku. Like I said earlier, it's a very unforgiving track. There is no runoff in many of these corners, and we've got our safety car coming back in now. So, yeah, look, hopefully we don't have any more DNFs. Although we have one more, everyone gets points. So we'll see. We'll see how this is going to play out. And yeah, I'm actually just going to dive back up to these top 4 or 5 drivers on my screen as we prepare to get underway and go green flag racing again.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see how this is going to start. There's a lot of cars glitching on my screen. They're moving left, right, and left and right very, very quickly. So, yeah, one more race to go. Clammy has been, he's connected with Chandler's, and he's got a 10 seconds. It's not going to plan for McLaren at the moment. Obviously, one out of this race, and Clammy now with a 10 seconds. We go back up to the front. Lamb in that pole position. Then we've got Illyrian. Then we've got Martin. So are we going to see a change there? As these cars are jumping around like anything, and I don't know if it's because of the desync earlier with me. Yeah, not the best of quality tonight, unfortunately, Josh, which is a bit of a shame. But we're doing our best, and we do have racing on track. And at the moment, Illyrian is now in the lead of this Grand Prix. Lamb into P2 and Martin into P3.
Yeah, absolutely. Illyrian's going to be happy with that. I'm just hoping that lag doesn't play a feature here between himself and Lamb. But really super strong showing here from these RB boys. TNT will be absolutely buzzing if he's watching and tuning in tonight. But yeah, hopefully they can just sort of keep the pace up. They've got some very rapid guys behind them that are just going to need to be patient here as we sort of get into the quarter of a way through this race tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on board with Jono and Chandler's and just see how that battle's going on at the moment. And Jono and Chandler's in a low spot, but will be in a high spot when these guys do make a pit. There's HRT Martin up into P2 now and holding up Lamb and letting Illyrian pull away. So a little bit of teamwork or a bit of working here from the visas as Illyrian at nearly 1.3 seconds out in front of his teammate. But Lamb looking ready to pounce and make a move. Doesn't make a move. Stays in P3 at the moment. And HRT Lamb is staying. Why is it? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know why it's so laggy tonight.
Yeah, Martin's still in P2. 1.2 off the pace, but I think that's about to change. As guys behind him are going to have DRS, so he needs to sit in that slipstream. His teammate needs to play the team game, give him the slipstream, as everyone keeps it nice and civil heading into turn 3. So, yeah, really good to see that these guys aren't going to be forcing their moves. They're not going to go for something that's going to potentially put their race at danger. We've got a long way to go. Still 19 laps after this one here. So plenty of racing left to come, SJ, tonight, as these guys... I was just looking at Sammy and Lecky have been dropped off the back there, so I wonder if there was a bit of contact, and I think there might have been. Lecky's, again, missing that front right end plate, so really unfortunate way that his back here... Oh my goodness, he nearly hit the castle. But, sorry, really unfortunate way that his race is playing out tonight for him. Not the way I imagine he would have envisaged tonight going for him.
Yeah, and it's to be honest with you, I'll be honest, it is very laggy. Every car is very laggy on screen, so I do apologise, and I think it's because of the desync. with what happened earlier on with me, Josh, unfortunately. So yeah, not the best of quality, but we do move on. We've got a race, and these guys are still showing what they can do, and we do apologise if they are moving left and right every single car. As Lamb does about to make a move, and I'm hearing Lamb has got damage on that Williams, and does he make the job done on Martin? Yes, he does. Yuki Bear also gets involved as well and gets into P3, and he is, Martin now dropping down into P4. We got drama at the back. Oh, there is a bit of drama. Keithy's round. What's happened there? One of the kicks is round. Keithy now falling right down the bottom of P16. I don't know if he's had an incident with who that was, but he's fallen down. Chandler's still into P9. Jono now into P8. They're moving up slowly.
I'm gonna guess we do have 1 10-second penalty here, SJ, with Clemmy Kids. So
that was on the safety car restart.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that then.
Yeah, he hit the back of Chandler's earlier on.
Okay, I mean, the good thing is that he may be able to get that removed depending on what happened, but he doesn't have to pit again, so that's really good news, but really unfortunate there for Keithy. Considering that he started right behind Niall, and Niall's up in P7. So, yeah, he won't be too happy with that, but he's just got to get his head down now. He's not far off the back. Maybe Lecky needs to stretch the DRS sharing with Sammy as far back as he can to get Keith back on the back of this train. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very lonely race for Keithy. It looks like there could be, or is that just our... that might have just been our bollard there, lying in the middle of the track. It looked like a front wing end plate for a moment there. Lyrian is just running away from Lamb here, though.
3 seconds nearly. 3 seconds he's flying. And that's a good bit of teamwork there between him and his teammate of Martin. Martin really held up Lamb there and pushed on for that 1.8 and then just kept pushing on. And Lamb didn't actually get the move done on Martin, and Martin then slowed him down even more. And as you can see now, he's 2.8 seconds out in front. The question is if there's a safety, it's going to be all undone very, very quickly. As Yuki now up into P2, he's got past Lamb. As you can see, Aiden's Rainer going to the side of Martin, getting the job done, or does he get the job done? They're going side by side. A little bit of a bang wheels there, and have they gone both into the wall?
Martin's in the wall.
Martin's into the wall. Jono's going around the outside.
Oh, no.
Giannis is trying to go around the outside as well, and Jono does get the move done. Oh, it's just Giannis got into the back of Jono there. Well, we might have seen a bit of contact. Jono and Martin are going side by side as Martin gets the move there. Jono goes around the outside. Chandler's is behind. These are the two to watch out for.
Does Chandler's have damage?
I just do not know because of what's going on.
Oh, what happened?
What's going on with the lag?
Both the Red Bulls dropped a couple of positions there as well, so...
Martin's got damage. Front left is gone. What about Jono?
Yep, Martin absolutely got sent into the wall. Oh, and he's gone straight into the wall there again. Oh.
Who's done that? There's two people.
No, that was Martin. That was Martin under his own steam there. Oh, jeez. Just be careful here, Martin.
Oh, no.
You need to get across onto that left side and get into the box there, mate. Oh, jeez.
Right, I'm trying to
Don't you love the drama at Baku?
Oh, you do, but look at this. Niall's going to go and send it on Chandler's. He's got nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. It's all being blocked down the main straight. And there we go. One of them goes into the pits. HRT Martin goes into the pits. Ryder up into P6. Jono into P5.
Niall's got...
Chandler's into P6. They're going side by side. Everyone is going side by side into turn one. Massive crash could have been there, and they've kept it good. I'm just trying to work out who has got the damage. I just can't work it out. John, I'm looking at the front left, the front right. It's all good. Chandler's front left, front right. They're going side by side. Chandler's is going for the move. And Chandler's has got front right and front left. So not the two guys in this championship battle. And Rider Bomb, is he got a damaged front wing? I'm just trying to work it out because someone's got a front wing damaged. No, it's not. I think it may have just been HRT Martin there, Josh. Back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. What a lap as we come through where we've just had all that drama. So sometimes it's so hard to see what's going on here with all of this this lovely white smoke that EA implemented. But yeah, look, it looks as though it's all sorted itself out. Things have settled down this lap, SJ. We've got some couple of battles there between Jono and Chandler's. Jono is right on the tail of Chandler's. Thankfully, I was wrong. Chandler's does still have both his end plates, which means that it was Aiden, unfortunately, again, having to box for that new front wing. So, yeah, that's. I wonder if that's just settled the guys down. They just need to get into their rhythm here now. Just keep this pace high. You know, they are stretching the field slowly. We've got both kicks, unfortunately, down the back as well. And when they're behind and they get caught up, just so easy to get damaged or get dropped off the back of that train. So hopefully they can start to work together. If I was Lakey, I'd be dropping back to get Keithy back in the mix and work together to DRS share to get these guys back onto the back of that main train.
Yeah, definitely. And we're seeing here we've got a nice little four-way battle going on. It's starting to be a few gaps there as we jump onto intervals, but we've got Illyrian out in front, 3.2. Yuki in P2. Good spot for him. Still needs to pit, though. Lam in that P3 position. He's got a bit of a train behind him at the moment with Shifty, Chandler's, Jono, Ryder, Niall, Pro Ultra. So a nice little DRS train from P4 down to P9, and then we've got G4 Nick into P10, 1.6. Sammy behind 6.5 10, so nice little DRS train there. Then there's a gap between Lexi, Keithy, Martin, Aiden's Raiden, and Clammy Kid. So yeah, we are starting to see the gaps, but one thing happens here.
We are, and just on that, Lamb does have his front right end plate missing. So I wonder there's a bit of a train forming there behind him, and he's actually dropped nearly 2 seconds off the back of Yuki. So you know these boys behind him, Shifty, Chandler's, Jono, they are going to want to get quickly as they protect, because Lamb is yet to pit, but he will be slow through that sector too.
Yeah, definitely. And Niall's on 10 laps compared to Ryder and Jono's 7 and Chandler's is 7. And as Jono has all Chandler's up into P3 and Jono down into P4.
Chandler's
a little bit of battle going on here. Yeah, great move there, actually. And they're in control of this race at the moment as Jono does look to make the move. And Shifty Wizard down there in P5, Lamb in P6, Ryder in P7, Niall in P8. Nice little battle there. And I'm sorry to say, if this stays the same and Chandler's finishes above Jono, Chandler's will win the championship tonight. So,
He's definitely put himself in a good position here tonight, hasn't he? So,
yeah. It's been difficult though. It has been some scary moments when they got involved.
Absolutely.
So anything can happen in this race, and we've seen 12 laps out of 26, and we are going to start to get even more excited when we get to the closing stages. But at the moment, Chandler's and Jono in control of this race and will take pole. Jono will take pole position of this race because Yuki and Illyrian still have to pit. So I'm looking at the situation here, Josh, on these guys, and Ryder, Pro Ultra, Sammy, and Jono and Chandler's have done this strategy to a T, because the two guys in front need to pit, and the two guys behind them need to pit. So, great.
Yeah, absolutely they have. It's now just a matter of whether those hard tyres are going to hold on. We do know that the hard tyres are very, very strong over a long stint, but they did throw them on lap 3, I think, from memory. So that's a long way to go. That's 23 laps on these hard tyres. So I think, although yes, they put themselves in a very strong position, we could also see as we've got Jono going around the outside of Yuki and Chandler's there, actually. So Jono's put himself a couple of positions up there. But yeah, look, what I was saying is we may see... Oh, who's that? Niall. Oh, no.
He's had to reset the
Won't be.
well. And he's had to reset the track, unfortunately, because he was facing the wrong way. So yeah, that will be looked at as well. And not going to plan there for Niall in the Red Bull. Ryder up into P6 now. And a little bit of drama going on there. I don't know what happened, but that was noted as we got Ryder going at it against, looks like Lamb. And he's got out in front of Lamb there. Shifty Wizard down there in P7. A little bit of drama going on there. That could have been a safety car, but Niall has gone into the wall, and I think he's got damage. I'm just going to look at Niall's car. Let's have a look. Does he have front right plate or left plate damage? Can't see. It's not showing.
Yeah, I couldn't see any damage on Niles. Let's have a look. Go through my camera types. Nope.
Yeah, he's got.
Yes, Niles missing both end plates.
Yeah.
Both end plates are gone from Nile, and I wonder whether he got caught up in all that drama on lap 11, because he did drop a couple of positions there, and as I said earlier, those end plates are so pivotal in being able to slow the car down and get around sector 2. So yeah, he did go straight on there in turn 2, I believe it was, which again is just a heavy braking zone, and very tricky to get right, especially with no end plates. So, as it looks like Nile is going to peel off into the pit. Yeah, he goes. So, yeah, that was the only option he had there, unfortunately. He needs to get down onto those medium tyres and let his true pace shine through as he gets that wing replaced.
Definitely, and Jono is in the lead of this race as Illyrian has come into the pits and he's actually dropped all the way down to P11, and he has got a lot of guys on fresh tyres in front of him. We've got Jono in with pole position at the moment. Charles in P2, and there's a massive gap there. Rider Bomb is 3 seconds behind them, nearly 4 seconds behind them. So Charles and Jono in control of this race now, and they will probably just switch until the end. But if anything happens, which we can see, there's gaps in some areas, but then there's a few guys that are still in the DRS train. So if a safety car comes out, which I'm going to put that in actually, I'm going to put a prediction in because it's going to be massive. Will we see a safety car?
It wouldn't surprise me if we did. But yeah, it's going to be curious. So I'm just going to watch that gap between Nile and... let's just have a look. Does Clammy have... Get off the onboard. Show me an aerial, please, of Clammy. There we go. So, okay, look at that. Clammy's missing both end plates yet again. So Nile will close up to him very, very quickly with that fresh wing. And we'll see. So, look... That safety car could stop, could change everything as we see Lamb, Shifty, and Yuki all dive into the pits all together. So then, oh geez, there's an end plate lying in the middle of the track between turn 1 and 2. So someone up the front. Let's have a look. Looks like Jono's got his. Looks like Chandler's has both of his. Let's have a look at Ryder. Maybe looked like a bit of a Red Bull end plate. No, he's got both of his, so really good showing from Ryder. Sammy's got both of his. Pro Ultra, oh, I couldn't see it there. Let's have a look. Bit of a lock up there from Sammy coming into the castle section. When we get off the onboard with Pro Ultra, we'll be able to see whether he's got both of his end plates.
Pro Ultra?
No, there we go. So, yeah, Pro Ultra is missing the right end plate again, and it looks as though it's. You know what? I'm going to label that wall that sticks out. I'm going to label that the Hado. So he's done a Hado, and hit that. So, yeah, I don't know whether you remember SJ. Hado filled in last season for Div 1 and Div 2 and DNF.
We got yellows! We got yellows! We got yellows!
Oh,
Lexi,
we've got someone
go!
retired. Lexi! Oh, no!
Safety car!
He's done a Charles Leclerc. Look at where he stopped on track. He's done a Charles Leclerc into the car. So easy to do, but this is massive. So this plays massively into the hands of Nile. It brings him back into... Whoa, someone's going backwards down the pit lane.
HRT Martin, drive through.
And looks
Jono,
like...
in the pits.
Oh, he's on my screen. Pro Ultra is out on track, but... No. Okay, what's going on? The lobby...
It is, yeah.
Lobby is having fun. Yes. Green freeze or free screen.
Chandler's
want to be funny in the castle.
That's,
of all the places with, that's the place you do not want it. Chandler's has stayed out.
He stayed out. Illyrian has stayed out. Obviously, he's just gone in on the hard, so he'll be able to go to the end.
Okay, let's have a
Jono
look.
now down into P3 on the mediums. Ryder on the mediums, Pro Ultra on the
I,
mediums, Sammy, Beathy, G-Force, everyone is coming into the pits. Will we see Chandler's come back into the pits on those 12?
he
has to do it. He has to do it.
to.
Problem is, though, Josh, he's going to put him way back down the field. He is only 13 seconds out in front of Illyrian, and he's only 15 seconds out in front of his nemesis of tonight, is Jono. So,
yeah, so I mean, if he boxes, he'll drop out to P4 at the worst, I think.
We have to cancel it because it finished within the time frame. So we did see a safety car, and yeah, I've had to cancel the prediction. I can't believe we've seen a cancel. I cannot believe we have seen a safety car on lap 16 and 26. 10 laps to go. What does Chandler's do? 12 seconds behind Illyrian, and Jono is 2.5. This is gonna. Where is he gonna come out? This is massive for the
it's gonna be interesting. And it absolutely looks like he's boxing here. Yeah, he has to. Yeah, otherwise he's just gonna get swallowed up. So
keeping very close to the pit.
All right, let's run through this, SJ. So Chandler's no doubt will be going on to a set of medium. We've got Illyrian on 2-lap-old hards, which he'll stay out. So he's going to be okay.
He's coming in.
And he'll have...
Illyrian is in.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, cool, interesting. So that helps Chandler's.
Well, Jono
goes past, which we knew. So, and I dare say, Rydam... No, not quite. Okay. You know what? Look, all things considered, that's actually played out really well for Chandler. So he's now got the freshest lot of tyres out of the top 3 by 1 lap. Under safety car conditions. So not too much wear and tear. Look, we've got an entire field on mediums. So this is a sprint finish, SJ. This is going to get very, very spicy very, very quickly.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Illyrian is right in the mix of that on P4 on the same tyres of Chandler's as well. And we've seen how quick he has been tonight. We've seen that Pro Ultra has been a bit, cautious going into a few of those corners as well. Let's look at the speed and fastest lap. Fastest lap is actually by Clammy Kid with a 140.478. 2 tenths quicker than Jono, and 4 tenths quicker than Chandler's at the moment. The question is going to be, and the main thing is when we see these guys get going on the safety car restart, we've seen how much speed they get down the main straight. How many people are going to take it into the first corner? What are they going to do? What's the slipstream going to be like on Ryder and Chandler's? Is Illyrian going to get in the mix of that? Are Chandler's and Jono just going to make this easy? At the moment, as it stands, Chandler's will win the championship because Jono will finish, if it stays, that's 25. And I think, Chandler's gets, I'm just trying to work it out now. I should know this. I think it's 20, isn't it? No, 50, no, yeah, 20.
Yes, 20 points for P2. Yes. So,
yes, 9. So he's 39 points behind him, and there's 35 points on offer in Silverstone. So it can't win.
Yeah, no, there's something dramatic has to happen here for Chandler's championship.
It could.
So all things, fingers crossed for him. For his sake, that nothing goes awry. Bid to win this championship, but we're going to have at least 8 laps of racing here as we see that safety car come in. I'd imagine at the end of next lap. Because we'll have all drivers bunched up again. So yeah, this is blowing this open. Niles actually also died for fresh tyres as well. So looking at this, our oldest tyres on the grid are Clammy Kid in P15 on 6-lap-old mediums. So yeah, this is going to be a very rapid finish to the end of this race, SJ.
I'm bringing in the onboard steward. I'm bringing him in because I want to ask him a question.
Ooh, here we go. Okay.
Right, I want to see if he can come in quickly. Tudor, if you're there, mate, jump into the comms box. Just want to ask you a quick question for the audience while we're on safety car, while it's quiet, if you are there. Tudor, jump into the comms box, mate. I think he's put noted as a joke, but we'll have to wait and see if he jumps in very, very quickly. I just want to talk to the onboard steward and division manager for Division 1. Tudor Gaming, if you there he is, he's coming in. Right, Tudor, big questions for you, mate. Are there any
Yep.
incidents investigating Jono and Chandler's in this race?
No, not at this stage.
Okay. Do they have any warnings in regards to anything in this race?
No, neither of them have anything. I haven't noted them down for anything yet, so just play on at this stage. So
Awesome. Also, I want to take a big shout out to Tudor as well for helping with Division 1 of this. Obviously, one more race to the season. Just a quick question from you, Tudor. How much have you enjoyed it? What have you thought of Division 1 this season since you've taken over? And you've done obviously a fantastic job. So I just want to say thank you from everyone, apart from Rush, including myself and everyone else.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have enjoyed it. It's been good, learning and trying new things. So it's been
And
great.
a good excuse to watch the top boys race. What
Exactly.
better excuse do you need?
Yep, exactly. It's been great.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to jump back onto it.
I've really enjoyed it. So
Welcome. Okay, awesome. Well, we appreciate everything you've done, and we are going to get back onto it because the safety car restart's coming in. Thank you very much for jumping in. I really appreciate that, Tudor, and enjoy the rest of the
All
race.
good.
And hopefully we have no more incidents going to the end.
sounds good. Catch you boys later.
Cheers, mate. Okay, I just had to do that because I want to see what's going on. And Jono has decided to go. He's got no penalties. He's got nothing. Ryder has decided to send on Chandler's going into the safety car restart. Is he going to be able to get the move done? No, he doesn't get the move done. He goes for the switch on Chandler's. He's going to go onto the left-hand side. This is helping Jono massively here. Ryder doesn't get the job done. And he's lost out there. And there's a bit of drama at the back, Josh. Everyone's going side by side on the safety car restart. Kiffy and Sammy are going at it. Chandler's is 8/10 behind Jono. And it's all going off at the back there. We've got Illyrian going side by side with Pro Ultra. They're going at it. But a good restart there from Jono. Back to you, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just had a quick look. We've got him through the X of it because he's still on those old tyres. So really unfortunate there. Maybe just wasn't paying attention to his delta, or had the classic glitch where that doesn't pop. But I've just jumped on board with Pro Ultra here. Looks like he didn't opt to change that front wing right end plate, so he could be a bit of a cork in the bottle here for these guys behind. We dropped down a couple of positions to Keithy. Also looks like he's missing that front right end plate. So, oh no, my apologies. He's got both. So I know he'll be looking to push up. And looks like he's nearly pushing Sammy through these corners here. So now once we get this DRS open, it wouldn't surprise me if we see Keithy push up the order a position or two here. And ultimately Pro Ultra will be losing time to top 4 drivers tonight. So yeah, we have an exciting 7 laps left here, SJ, as we come on to lap 20 of 26.
Oh, definitely do now, because Chandler's is actually in P2. He's out of DRS. Ryder is right behind. Illyrian is right behind. Chandler's is out of the DRS of Jono. He's 1.3, so he's going to come under extreme pressure from Ryder and Illyrian. If they can put it in, Chandler's drops down to P3. And if he drops down to P3, how many points is that? That then takes it to... I'm just trying to work it out.
17.
17.
So 8-point difference.
8-point difference. There's going to be 1 point in it. And that includes Jono. If Jono gets the fastest lap, it will go to the end of the season.
Which he does hold at the moment.
Because then there'll be 30 points up for grabs going into the last race of the season. Correct?
Yes, there would be. I think there's 39 between them at the moment.
There's 39.
Chandler's would be feeling the pressure, but it actually looks. Oh no, never mind. I'm on leader. Never mind. All right, so we still have Chandler's outside that DRS. Now the only thing that's here for Chandler's is past him in DRS and is able to bridge that 2.5 gap back up to Jono and use Chandler's to leapfrog back into that DRS train. So.
No, it's not happening.
That's interesting. Chandler's has just set a purple sector 2, so he might have been saving the battery a little bit, but hasn't managed to bridge the gap.
He hasn't got the battery.
And Ryder is, he's running low. Ryder's got the battery to go past him here, but Jono.
There you go. Ryder's got it.
Yep, there we go. Okay, so
So
this is interesting now because Illyrian has. Yeah, that was always going to happen with the DRS there, but look, we've got Pro Ultra. As I said, he has lost that DRS train, and that's going to be driving all of the drivers behind him up the wall because they have just let those top three run away. So if things finish as they are here, and you can actually see here that Ryder has managed to gap that 2.5 tenth gap that he needed, or bridge that 2.5 gap, a 10th gap back into Jono's DRS. So he's actually just dropped out of it. So this could be interesting. This could be. I think Chandler's at this point in time may have to settle for P2 or P3.
Yeah, it does look like it at the moment. As
just depends.
1.3 in front, 1.2,
yeah,
2%. Ryder in P2. You know, he is not even in the DRS of Jono. Chalmers is right behind. Pro Ultra's actually had to go to none to gain it all back, and he's lost a second by doing that. So Chalmers is maintaining that ERA, maintaining that gap. He's 57% now behind Ryder, but Ryder is 1.2, so he's pulled it back into Jono. Jono is not losing it that much. 1.1, 1.2, that's the gap. 5 laps to go of this race. Pro Ultra really does need to get a move on. He's 2.8. He is losing time to the front, and that is going to bring.
He's going to get swallowed here by
Keithy, G-Force, Shifty. Everyone is going to be going for it. As we got
look at this. So I've just jumped onto Pro Ultra here into this DRS zone. I'm just curious to see how many positions he's going to lose. But he must have absolutely burnt all of his battery there to overtaken with no DRS. So that's really fascinating to me. But it looks like we're going to see Sammy make a move here. He's lining him up. But Pro Ultra is managing his battery, managing that ERS very, very well. So
yellows,
he's jumped right to none. So
Martin's round.
That's
he's round.
Looks like he and Clammy Kid may have come together.
Well, look at this. Jono and Chandler's now 7.5 tenths.
Oh, excuse me.
Chandler's is back at the back of Jono. So Jono has not been able to increase and get away. He's 8 tenths in front at the moment. Ryder is in P3. He could be a bit of a spanner in the works here to cause a problem. Jono in P1. Then we've got HRT Martin's gone around again. And he's reversed. I don't know what's going on, if it's lagging everywhere, but we'll have to wait and see. Clammy down in P14. Jono.
Yeah, he's got no wings, so that'll be why.
P1, 9.5 tenths. Someone's hit the front plate there. What's happened? Ryder's hit it. Ryder's hit the wall, and he's lost his front right plate. So this is going to be music to the ears of Chandler's, because he's going to be able to pull away. He's not going to be able to turn the car. So Chandler's is losing the DRS. Has he got the DRS from Jono? We got yellows again in Sector 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise. That's Martin.
Ryder's gone past.
Making me wonder whether Ryder's just set the fastest lap. So if he can stick with Jono here, it's not gonna play into Chandler's hands all that much. But with the amount of time that Martin has spent sideways, it looks to me as though, and his DNF, so safety car. Oh, that huge. So it wouldn't have surprised me with how Martin, I did jump on board with him there, actually. It looks as though he may have rear wing damage. So as to the collar, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it looks, he doesn't look too happy. So maybe there was something that happened between him and Clammy Kid there that has caused him to have rear wing damage.
This is massive.
Yeah. What do they do? Do they opt for transition, or do they stay on these tyres and just pray?
Well, Ryder's got damage.
What would you do here? Because this safety car is coming in next lap, guaranteed.
I don't know.
So if they box now, SJ, they lose all of their track position. They're all on reasonably fresh tyres. Yeah, 6 lap old tyres. You have to stay out. You can't. If these top 3, they don't have the gap. They've only got 4.5 seconds back to Sammy. Pro Ultra's dropped a couple of positions
Oh,
there, but
the way I'm looking at it though, Sammy is in P4. It's Jono's teammate. Ryder's got damage. If Sammy can get into Chandler's, this race will be going to the last race of the season. It will be. But if Sammy cannot get past Chandler's and Jono does not get that fastest lap, Chandler's wins the championship tonight. It is all down to Sammy getting in front of Chandler's and Jono getting that fastest lap. That is what it's about, because he needs that fastest lap. It's 8 points at the moment. It's 8, and he needs 9. And the 8 point, and that last point, Ryder has that fastest lap. And the question is, Ryder has got it. Can Jono do it? I don't know. Can you let me know when did Ryder get the fastest
drivers?
Lap? When did Ryder get the fastest lap?
Like 2 laps ago. Not that long. Just before the safety car.
Can Jono do it?
So when he got back into P2, look, Jono's going to struggle to get that fastest lap, given that he has no DRS. So, in saying, yeah, see, look at that. There's 4 tenths between Ryder's fastest lap and Jono's fastest lap. And that's the difference between the DRS and no DRS down that pit straight. So, look, at this point in time, Chandler's will be sitting pretty if he's doing the math in his head. He's in a good position. He doesn't even have to get past a Ryder at this point in time.
I don't think he is. He's got Sammy right behind him. That is Jono's teammate. If Sammy gets past Chandler's and Sammy holds up Chandler's, so Chandler's is going to be very
that's when it becomes interesting.
Ryder's got damage though. That's the problem. That's the problem for Chandler's. He needs to be careful. He needs to be careful on his braking points, on his exits, everything. Because Jono knows that Ryder's got damage. So Jono will be ready to pounce and get away. And we've seen him getting away pretty quick. Sammy's good to take one for the team. Sammy's got to do something here. This is it. This is the championship on the I guarantee you both of them are in the comms. They're having a chat. But this has also brought Lamb into it. This has brought Keithy into it. This has brought some very quick guys into it. And all they need to do is get a good start and go for the move. We are on the safety car. And Josh, I'm going to let you take it away because
safety car
is going on. Last lap, as I always do. But, here we
go. Absolutely, mate. We can do that for you. So, look. All right, we have been given the green flag. So, Jono is going to get as much heat into those tyres as he can. It is absolutely important here that he gets a clean getaway and doesn't make any mistakes. You know, he's got 2 laps. It's a 2-lap sprint to the end here. We've got 6 guys at the back, all on fresh softs. So this could be interesting. We might see some of them make moves. I don't know whether Pro Ultra's replaced his wing or not, but he's dropped down to 9th. As here we go. We are coming up to the line, SJ. Safety car is in. Jono has gone. He has gone. He has pulled the plug, and away we go. We on point. We've got 1 lap to go, and then I'm going to hand it over to USJ. We swing into turn 1. Flicking down the field. There's a little contact, nothing major. They've managed to keep it clean. Into turn 2. Also another tricky braking zone. Very easy to lock the rears in there and send the car sideways. We are through. No yellows, perfect. No damage for our guys up the front. Down into turn 3, and again, not quite as tricky as turn 2 on the brakes, but through we go. Swing it wide, out in 4th gear, down into 3rd, round the right hand, a little bit sideways. He is pushing SJ. He is not wanting to hang around here. No. He knows that he needs this gap here to Ryder as we head in to avoid getting passed under DRS on this final lap here. So
here we go.
Into the tricky section of the circuit. In through the castle. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like we are all through on the top 10. No yellow flags. No one lagging behind. Okay, we are through. The guys are absolutely pushing the limits here now. Coming into Sector 3. There has not been a single position change by what I've seen on this lap here. So they are saving the DRS. Jono down to 50% of the DRS.
Here we go.
You know, they're all sitting on that 50-odd%. Here we go. We are onto the back straight. Jono has an 8/10 gap, which is really important actually because aside from the slipstream, there is no DRS yet. And SJ, we are about to hit our final lap tonight for our Div 1, boys. I'll hand it over to you. Take it away.
Here we go. Jono leading the way. Will not win the championship as it stands at the moment. He is doing as best as he can. Ryder in that P2. We've got Chalmers in P3. He's getting very close to Ryder. Sammy is far behind. He's 62%. Chalmers is on 49. Sammy has more battery than Chandler's. And Chandler's is really pushing. He's pushing Ryder. He's going for the side for it. He's going for side-by-side action. Does he get the job done? Yes, he does. Into P2. Chandler's looks like he's got it. Ryder into P3. Sammy into P4. Sammy is trying to get past Ryder. He needs to get past him. And Ryder is really holding him up. He's putting on none. This is not helping Jono's teammate Sammy at all. Ryder in that P3. Chandler's in that P2. We could see Chandler's actually take the win here, but we'll have to wait and see. He's lost the win. I don't know if that's a glitch. I've got no idea. Jono's still in the lead, taking through the S's. Chandler's goes through the castle section. Ryder. Then we've got Sammy. It's 9/10 between Ryder and Chandler's. He's out of the DRS zone. This is not helping his teammate at all, and it looks like Chandler's is going to win the championship as it's coming into the last couple of corners. Jono has been under pressure most of this race. Chandler's is ready to pounce. He's about to show Division 1 what he's capable of. He is right behind him, 49 against 85. Jono can get the win here. He's got more ERS. Does he have the grip? Does he have the pace? Chandler's is burning everything he can. Jono is burning everything he can. They're going at it. Jono is going to cross the line. Chandler's is right behind him. Chandler's is going to win the championship. Sammy has gone into the wall. There is massive accident in the back. But apparently it is all done and dusted. We are going to have a fantastic interview of the top three. What an end to Division 1. There is one more race to go, but what an end. And I do apologise to everyone tuning in tonight about the quality of the stream. Josh, incredible last couple of laps.
Oh, absolutely, mate. We've been so caught up in all the drama that we've completely skipped over the driver of the day. Who's your vote? We were so sidetracked.
Oh, no,
absolutely massive final laps there. What an end to this season, SJ. We've got Jono who had 90% of battery coming onto that final straight, was able to hold Chandler's off, even with that DRS. Chandler's was low on his battery. And that goes to show that your ERS management is absolutely key, and that you can defend even to DRS on this game with high battery. But we were so sidetracked, so focused on that championship battle there that we have forgotten
I give it to Ryder.
Driver of the day.
I give it to Ryder.
I would.
Yeah. Damage.
He's a Red Bull driver, but I would agree.
Yeah. Ryder.
Yeah, got the fastest lap. He's also
held up Sammy as well.
Mixed it with those top drivers.
Yeah. We'll give it to.
All right, I'm happy with that.
Right, well, there we go. DOTD goes. Oh, hang on. I just want to make sure that. Oh, I think I've got all the results. Driver of the. Oh, hang on. Sorry, bear with me. DOTD. Congrats. Rider. Oh, I can't spell. Oh, there we go. Right, let's get some interviews. We've got main interviews coming up. So, there we go. Joy.
We'll have to duck off in about 10 minutes.
That's fine, no problem. Comms box. We've got Ryder. We've got Chandler's. Hang on. I can't even do his name. We've got Jake Attack. And we've got Jono. And I'm going to try and see if I can get the TPs in as well, if they can jump in, because it would be great to hear what they've got to say, but I don't know if we will get them in. Right, well, there you go. We'll just wait for these guys to jump into the comms box. Ryder Bomb, Jake Attack, Jono, Terrence, and friends. We've got, obviously, Jake is in. We'll talk to him in a second. Josh, mate, give us a bit of a summary of that. That was an interesting race, obviously. Very unfortunate with the quality and the stream. Unfortunately, it was a bit difficult to. It looked like there was every single person that was from EU tonight, unfortunately, because everyone was lagging like crazy. So it was difficult to keep on tabs. But what did you think of tonight?
Mate, what a race! Absolutely scintillating. of laps under that safety car restart. Jono to hold off Chandler's even with the DRS on that final lap. A few DNFs here and there, unfortunately. But Baku always brings some carnage, always brings a safety car. So, we had more drivers finish than we did DNF, so that's a really good thing for these guys. Those that have finished can be happy that they're finished. I dare say that most of them are pretty glad that race is over. It's one of those tracks that requires so much concentration and strategy, and if you've got your teammate there, you're constantly working with them to try and better your position and your result. So, yeah, what a race! What a way to wrap up the penultimate round for our Div 1 drivers. We move on to, where are they racing next week? Where are they racing? I'm not sure. Silverstone. Oh, everyone's at Silverstone. Yeah. So we've got, what a track to finish on. I think Chandler's will be able to more or less put his feet up, relax, knowing that he had such a fantastic season and a really good way. What a race to secure the championship. So we'll touch base with him very shortly. But in the meantime, I think we've got two of us here. I'm unsure whether Rod is able to jump in that.
Can you find out for us if you can? That would be great.
I think he finished P3.
He did finish P3, but I'm trying to see if he can jump into the comms box. It'd be great to have a quick chat with him.
In the meantime, let's get underway with our P2 finisher.
Yeah.
And Championship Division 1 winner.
We've got someone else coming.
Congratulations, Chandlers.
We've got someone else coming in. Oh, Terence.
Yeah, we've got a TP that's. So, Chandlers, how are you, mate? And how was that race? Step us through that race and your thinking as you finished P2 on track there.
Well, I think it's all right. It was a fantastic race between Jono and I. It was a difficult quali. Aiden didn't make it into Q3 because a bit of carnage on his first flying lap, and then not being able to get out in time. We both crossed on our final laps, 2 and 1 seconds left on the timer. So.
Yeah, wow. So what happened there? Because as that was happening, obviously he was in front of you on track by the looks of it, and then we really thought that you were going to drop behind him to give him, to get in front of him to give him that toe to help him get through, but it just didn't eventuate with that. Were you guys in contact? What was the thought process there?
I finished my final lap, came in. I got told that I had to exit immediately for a chance to give Aiden toe. So second I got in, I pressed go out. I went out. He was probably 5-10 seconds up the road, and I don't exactly know what happened, but he backed up in front of me, and So what happened was I was getting fed information by my engineer, and he said I wasn't making it to the line if I did a regular outlap.
Yep.
I was pushing on my outlap, and if me and Aiden swapped positions, he wouldn't have made it to the line.
Right.
So the plan was something that didn't turn out.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. You could have absolutely done with the teammate up the front there to at least give you a bit more of an easy battle there against Jono. But nonetheless, you're able to fight your way through from I think you qualified P7 in Q3 there. Make your way through good strategy calls right up onto the second step of the podium. So well done.
Yeah, appreciate it. Just want to ask, why are you guys calling it that I've won the championship?
I think mathematically, unless we're mistaken, you have won.
He can't beat you.
No.
He's 39 points behind you. No, he can't. No, he can't.
He was 39 points.
No, he's 34. It should be 34 now, I suppose.
It's 35.
34.
It's 35. There's only
a max.
There's you. Jono won. It's 25, right? So he's 20.
I got second, which is 18.
No, it's not. It's 20, bro.
Not 18. 20.
20. He can't beat. You can't. He can't.
Yeah.
So he's at 34 points.
Yeah, he can't.
Can exactly beat me.
He can't.
It would go to a draw if you DNF'd.
He needs to get past this lap.
So if you DNF both, does Div 1 have a sprint?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
It's 34.
Okay, so there's a maximum there of 34,
35 points.
35 points available. So that's presuming you don't score. So, I mean, look, stranger things have happened, but we will see. I guess we've
It's
potentially called that a little bit earlier, but mathematically still viable.
It's mathematically done, but we'll talk about it in a sec because I think it is. I think Jono knows it's mathematically done. That's why we said if you would have finished down in P3, then it would have gone to the last race of the season because
100%.
But it was fastest lap. But Ryder got it. Ryder got the fastest lap as well. So we'll talk to you in a second regarding obviously the championship. But have you finished your questions, Josh?
Yes.
All right, all good. Well, we got carried away there with this mathematic stuff. But Charners, obviously you had a lot of pressure going into this. We interviewed Jono the other night in the podcast, and he was pretty confident. It looked like a really, really good night. You had a very good time in Q2. It was very, very quick. Didn't manage to do that in Q3, and I think Josh did touch base on that a little bit. And we were trying to understand of why Aiden was in front of you, and him giving you the toe, which was a bit strange. We thought that you might have switched it because you were already going through, and Aiden was at the back. So that was something that we were quite interested to hear. But in general, how did you find the race? Did you feel the pressure tonight that you knew what you needed to do? Yeah.
Well, my first order of thinking was to get up to the top 5 as soon as I possibly could. And that got executed amazingly. Got 2 spots basically off the line. Then it was just sort of picking them off one by one. But the safety car came in. Everyone pitted onto hards. Well, myself and Jono did at least. I thought it was the best move, and he clearly did as well. And then about every lap after the safety car, Jono and I were working together, passing people. Bridged the gap to Shifty as well. And it was just consistent laps, obviously. Got up to Yuki Bear, and he gave me a bit of a fright. Almost turned me into a wall, and all of a sudden depleted all of his battery, and thought he was going to send me into a wall, but got past him, and then ran away with it until the next safety car, and then did it all over again.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. It's in a nutshell, really. Yeah, okay. And it obviously we saw the pressure at the end. Ryder was putting the pressure on you, and yeah, basically it was looking likely you were going to fall down to P3. Did you know that Ryder had damage in front of you when you did drop down into P3? Because we did see that Jono pulled away, and that was the worry then, because you would have come under pressure from the guy behind. But unfortunately, Pro Ultra then dropped his ERS down into none and lost literally a second and was 2.5 seconds behind you. So you were in the clear, and it was just basically you and Ryder, and then you caught up to him pretty quick. But did you know that Jono was pulling away at that time when Ryder had damage?
I knew enough to drop my battery down to 10%, trying to make the pass done before the final lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. I watched him pass, and I'm like, okay, you got to breach the gap here. And into turn 1, he hits the wall on the left, and then has a wheel spin. And like, this is not good at all.
Okay, all right. Well, we are going to bring you back in for an interview. I don't know. Do we congratulate Chandler's? Like, what's your thoughts, Joy? 34 points going into the next race. He just
look. We are going mathematically. Congratulations on a solid P2 and putting yourself in a very strong position heading into the last round.
He's going to take it to the last round. He's going to take it to the last round.
Yep, it's gone. It's mathematically we are in the last round.
Yeah, technically it
is.
Well,
what happens if we tie? Do we do like a 3-lap sprint or something?
It'll go on countback, I believe.
Go on most wins.
I think I'm pretty sure I would win it then.
Yeah, John.
Fascinating.
Yeah. He's got more than you. He's got one more than you. Oh no, that would be a killer. That would be a killer. I would say call it, but Josh doesn't want to. He thinks that the.
I don't think it's right by Jono personally.
Okay, all right. So you want to go? You want it to go to the next phase?
Yeah, I'm calling it. We are going to the final round, round 18.
Imagine, Chandler, you wake up and you DNF both races and Jono wins both.
Bro, don't say that, bro. Leave him alone.
Man. Come on, man.
Leave him alone,
There's
bro.
no
Leave him
jinxing
alone.
anything here.
It
Leave
was
him
close
alone.
tonight. It was very close. You've got to admit, Chandler's, when the incident happened earlier on, you got caught up in quite a that. And did you feel a bit of a brown moment there when you were going past a few of those cars?
Yeah, I was annoyed because Jono got a car in between me and him. But yeah, I just sort of had to dispose of him immediately. Get tow from him and bring it right back behind Jono. But if I'm honest, it could have gone either way. If I was half a tenth quicker on that final lap, I would have finished ahead. That's how close it would have been. But it was just phenomenal racing from him, phenomenal racing from myself, not to below. But yeah, it was difficult. I had a bit of a harder job to do than Jono, but skill will always better track position. As you've seen with Campbell, he can start from last and make his way up to first and win by a large margin. So we'll leave it up to the final race, I suppose, between myself and Jono.
And how are you feeling around Silverstone? Is it a fan favourite? Are you quick? Are you confident? Do you like the track?
Oh man, if it's wet, I'm going double wins, I reckon. But
so you're very
know.
confident in the wet.
Oh, I love the wet.
All right, and
It's
then
great.
the dry.
I've got a whole story about it.
Are you confident in Silverstone in the dry?
Yeah, I've got pace around there. I don't think I'll have the pace of potentially Steg if he decides to show up, and but I think if I do the practice, which I will be able to be around it, and I will be able to fight Jono for the win.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, Chandler's, mate, it is going to go to the last race of the season. Congratulations on the P2. Phenomenal race. Well done in Baku. And we will see you next week for the finale, round number 18 at Silverstone. And it will be decided, and we will have the graphic decided. We'll have a new graphic all ready for you and Jono for the finale at Silverstone next week for round number 18. So congratulations. Have a great week. Enjoy the Monaco Grand Prix, and we'll see you in Silverstone.
Cheers, guys.
Right. Over to P1 of the night. And Josh, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, congratulations, Jono. What a race. What an absolute stellar race from you. Managed from the moment you got out into the front. That early pit stop onto the hards did you well. And then those last safety cars. My first question is, how nervous were you with that last safety car that you were going to get the win tonight?
I was a little nervous. I wouldn't say I was ecstatic about the safety car, but I didn't mind because I knew people weren't going to pit for softs because track position here is much more important. So it was just nailing that restart, and I think I did everything I needed to do. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but I got through it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. No, look, you managed that race from, like I said, from the moment you got into people. Now, my question is, had you done the math? Did you know what you had to do tonight to keep the championship battle alive? Going
No,
into Silverstone?
I just wanted to win. That's all.
Yeah, wow.
I think that's what would have done it. I kind of said to myself, as long as I win, there's a little hope. So I think that's that's what I did. So
I think, well, you're absolutely right. You've given yourself that little glimpse of hope. Obviously, it's going to be tough next week with Chandler only needing to score points. And you needing the double win, but stranger things have happened. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what Silverstone brings next week for us.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really good till the end. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations again. I have to duck off, and I will leave you in the very capable hands of SJ to finish off the interviews, and bid Div 1 farewell as we wrap up the penultimate round.
Thank you very much, mate. Have a good night.
Congratulations, you too. Bye.
Thanks, Josh, mate. Thanks for all your support this season, and all the best for Silverstone on Wednesday night, mate. Love your support. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Jono, we had a big conversation the other night. We did a podcast together. You knew what was up. You know what you needed to do. There's a few things we'll talk about, and we'll make it quick. Obviously it has been a long night. Sammy, teammate, last lap, did he know that he had to get past? He had to get past Chalmers to cause a little bit of a problem to get in the way there. Was there any thoughts of that?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to be aggressive. So like not dirty, but just aggressive, I guess, is what he wanted to do. I said to him, keep it clean, obviously. Like you really need to keep it clean because I want a fair championship. I don't want, anything like that to happen. So I just told him I'd be a little bit aggressive, but obviously don't take him out of the race. And Sammy said he would never do that, and I trusted him. So I think it was a fair battle in the end. I really enjoyed it, so it was very good.
Yeah, and we did see you earlier on get away from Chalmers. Did you know that Ryder had damage?
No, not until that last safety car where I could look behind me properly, and he had a little bit of an end plate damage, I'm pretty sure. It was missing his right hand one, I think. Okay. Or left. I'm not too sure.
Going into quali, we obviously saw wet conditions, which was an interesting one. What did you feel when you saw Chalmers' lap of a 37? Because the difference between you and him in Q2 was a massive amount. Did you feel a little bit worried at the time?
I wasn't too worried just because I knew the track ramped up a lot in terms of the grip since it just rained. So I just kind of wanted to do a safe lap as well, just to make sure I get into Q3, because otherwise, if I was going to push, I probably would have binned it in Castle, most likely, because I'm a Ferrari. So, yeah. So I just wanted to take it quite safe. Yeah.
We also saw as well that you two, yourself and Chalmers, pit very early going onto the hards, and that actually worked out really, really well because the two guys in front, Illyrian, obviously he was away like 3.5, nearly 4 seconds, and the two guys behind you all had to pit. So you obviously must have, I don't know if you were speaking to your teammate at the time, and you must have, you nailed the strategy basically until the end of the race. But until the safety car came out, that changed a few things up. Was there an opportunity of maybe going on to the softs to the end of the race, or did you think, I need track position, I must stay out, I need to see what Chalmers is going to do as well? What was the thoughts in the closing stages of the race?
Closing stages, I definitely knew softs weren't the play just because for some reason I saved the set, right? But the game wanted me to, they wanted to put me on older set anyway, so it was kind of out of the question regardless. But I think mediums were the safest play, especially towards the end, because they can hang on really well, and basically you can get quite a lot of grip with it over the whole course of the race instead of just like a couple laps. So it was quite an easy decision, I guess, but I was worried about what Chandler's would have done if he did choose to go to softs. I'm not sure if that would have changed anything though. So
okay, awesome. All right, well, the last thing is, that this is going to go to the final race of the season. You have got to do, you would probably say, a miracle next week. You're going to have to win both races and get the fastest lap to take the win. It's 34 points. This is F1. We've seen anything happen in F1. I know it's a lot of pressure. How are you feeling going into the last race of the season at Silverstone?
Well, I'm just gonna have fun on my last race on F1 24. So, I guess I will be thinking about the championship, but it's kind of out of the scope at this point. So I'll just be racing to have fun, I guess.
Not to Chalmers and Josh, it isn't. I'll tell you that right now. I was going to call it tonight, but they want to continue the next week, and it is
technicality.
It is a 34-point gap. Obviously, it something drastically has to has to happen. Obviously next week.
Yeah.
And obviously we don't want to see anything, undermined, unfortunately, and just give us a little bit of a heads up of what you've thought about this season's going into 25 before the end of 24 finishes.
Yeah, no, it's been great. This season, I've definitely improved a lot from the start, especially when I started my first race. I think it was Zenvort. So it was pretty good getting used to, the handling as well, because I haven't had much hours on this race, but something clicked. So I guess going into 25, it does suit my driving style better, especially because you can't push and push and push every single lap. Your tires will explode basically. And I'm quite good on my tires, so it's going to work out quite well. So we're going to see how it goes, especially after next week. Going into the next season after that. We'll just have to see, because I feel like it does suit my driving better. This game isn't really the best for me, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes, I guess.
Okay, awesome. Well, we wish you all the best in Silverstone. It's been an absolute pleasure. The last thing I'm going to say to you is, how much have you enjoyed the rivalry with Chandler's this season and Steg?
Loved it. Loved it. We all pushed each other to the absolute limits, so it's really good to see, and especially all of us are, keeping it clean in the race with each other as well. So it's really good to see that we have that rivalry, but as well as keeping it respectful on track.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And do you have any shout-outs? Any people that you want to give a good shout-out to for everything this season?
I got to give a shout out to my teammate Sammy and my team principal Franz. They've been doing an amazing job. It's just awesome to see. They've putting in a lot of effort. It's just it's amazing actually. It's really good.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you something. You are going to take away a championship next week, and that will be the constructors. Ferrari.
Yep.
You're too far in front, and you have won the Division 1 constructors, so congratulations on that.
Wow.
That's
awesome.
397 to Alpine's 353. So basically, I think it's near enough done on that side. So congratulations on that. We wish you all the best in Silverstone. We know that it's a big mountain to climb. You probably think it's called and it's done and it's over, but not compared to what Josh and also your man that you're rivaling against in Chandler's.
Yeah.
They
think anything can happen.
Yeah, well, anything can. Anything. You go into Silverstone next week and the sprint is wet, and he loses it or doesn't have a good quali, or you lose it. You've just got to be like. I know you're going to go out there and have fun, and you put no pressure on it, but there's going to be extreme amount of pressure. If you pull something off like this, it's going to go down in Rush history, the best ever win in Division 1. So yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to hype it. We'll hype it up all for next week for the big one. And it's been an absolute pleasure having you all season. I look forward to obviously seeing you come back next season and going again. Have a great week. Congratulations on the win tonight. Fantastic drive. Enjoy the Monaco Grand Prix. And we will see you for the big one, the big shenanigans, the big showdown next week at Silverstone for the sprint weekend.
Thank you very much. Have a great night, mate.
Cheers, Jono. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to apologise again on the stream quality tonight. I know there was a few problems. It looked like everyone was from an EU server tonight. Everyone was lagging like anything. So we do apologise. Hopefully we'll make it all fantabby-dozy for next week's stream. It's the finale next week for Division 1. It's been an absolute pleasure with every single Division 1 driver, every single Division 2 reserve, every single Division 1 reserve, the host, the comms, everyone in charge. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will have the Division 1 bandwagon back with me and Andy for the finale. We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a great weekend. It's a long weekend and it is sprint. A weekend at Silverstone. It's been an absolute pleasure to continue with obviously Chandler's, Jono and Steg. It's been a great battle. It's gone down to the wire. You can never, ever, ever want something to end on the last race of the season and go to the wire as well. 34 points is the gap. Jono needs to score 35 to win it, which is basically win the sprint, win the feature, and get the fastest lap. And basically, Chalmers has to DNF both races. It's a very, very slight chance, but anything can happen in F1. So, yeah, that is next week. Remember, tomorrow night is the big one. It is the last 100% of the season for Silverstone, where we will be heading over to Silverstone, and we'll be heading over there from Division 4 and Division 2. Going to be a long night, 52 laps around Silverstone. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Going to be absolutely fantastic. Still battles going on there. They've got 4 rounds to go. Division 1 has got 1 round to go. So still a little bit of time with Division 2 and 4, 5 and 6 and 3. So yeah, and still obviously opportunities there for battles. But it looks like Ferrari have taken out the constructors for Division 1. So congratulations to Franz and the whole team themselves in Division 1 and Sammy and Jono. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow night with more action, as always, with Silverstone. Big up to all of our sponsors as well. AI369, our main sponsor. Feel free to check them out in the comments. You've also got Pagnian, SimLab, and Speed Nation. Feel free to check them out in the comments. And if you need any sim gear going into the new season, if you are done and dusted now from F1 24 and you are a Division 1 driver and you're not going to be racing the next race of the season, we wish you all the best if you decide to stay with us. Buzzing. Can't wait for next season. Let's all do it again. If you're not, and this is your farewell, and thank you very much, then all the best with what you decide to do next. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. But yeah, so that's it. We'll be back with more action tomorrow night. Thank you very much to the followers as well. Stexy01, Sprinter1902. And yeah, that is it. And we also did some polls. We did some predictions as well. Really, really appreciate everything. Jono has taken his 3rd race of the season. That is 3 wins of the season. It is going to the final race. Can Jono do it? It's a slight chance, but anything can happen in F1. We will see you in Silverstone for the finale. Good night.